Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Bow and Arrow Tarot and today's pick a card reading, Your Next Lover, Who, When, and How. So today we're going to take a look at how your next lover might be coming into your life, who they may be, what kind of energy they have, when they may be coming into your life, and what kind of advice Spirit has for you moving forward. Now, remember, these messages, they are timeless, and so they reach you whenever you are ready to receive them. So sit back, relax, ground yourself, and allow your intuition to draw you to the pile that calls to you the most. Pile number 1, pile number 2, or pile number 3. Now, if you need another minute, this is a perfect time to pause the video, and when you're ready, you can go straight to your reading at the timestamps below. So let's just get started with pile number 1. Pile number 1, who is your next lover? The King. How do you meet this person? Through your own healthy choices. I love that. Creating your own destiny. What's the timeline? Within the next few weeks. And what does Spirit have to say about it? This is a wish fulfillment for you. I love this energy. Let's go ahead and pull some more of your cards for your reading. Pile number 1. I love this. The King. Healthy choices, especially really showing up intentionally, creating your own destiny, your own future, right? I love that. Healthy choices is such good energy. So let's see what else is going on here. We have a Knight of Pentacles, the Tower. I love that. 5 of Wands, 7 of Cups. There's your wish fulfillment, and a 7 of Swords. At the bottom of this reading, you also have Temperance energy. So there is your balancer. Temperance is the card for Sagittarius. So some of you may be dealing with Sagittarius energy. This is an interesting reading that comes in for you. There is a little bit of drama showing up, but definitely that wish fulfillment. 7 of Swords, more drama. But let's just get right into who is this person? Who is your next lover? The King. The King is someone who is a very alpha, dominating, fiery individual. This person is somebody who immediately commands respect. They have a sense of authority about them, right? Oftentimes, people who resonate with this kind of energy are actually in positions of authority in their profession or their field. They're often the ones who are in charge or the ones who are running their own business. This is someone who can't help but be the one who makes all the decisions, right? The one who is responsible, the one who takes charge, who is always in a leadership position, right? Now, King energy is lovely energy to come in, right? It's strong, divine, masculine energy, but we also want that king to be balanced, right? We want that king to show benevolence and not to show the shadow side of the king. So this is one of those archetypes where sometimes we want to make sure that we are making healthy choices, which is what I love. So let me talk about these other energies coming in with your king. A Knight of Pentacles and the Tower moment. So this is quite interesting that something happens in your life that really presents you with a certain circumstance, right? Where you're going to have to make certain decisions, right? A Tower moment is very extreme, sometimes very dramatic. It can indicate, for example, when some news comes into you or some information comes in, or there is some kind of event in your life that turns everything kind of upside down, right? Usually these events are also followed by an understanding of some kind, an epiphany, right? Or some information comes to light. That's kind of the nature of these Tower moments that happen. They can be quite dramatic, but they're often always leading to a place where you're able to make much more progress than where you were before, but they can be quite dramatic. You're coming in, you're king, through that Tower moment, as well as with a Knight of Pentacles energy. So there is quite a real I would say a real event that's kind of anchored in the material, something that involves perhaps a choice, to purchase something, not to purchase something, to spend money in some kind of way, right? Some kind of real choice that involves either your money or your physical space. It could involve moving as well. It could involve changing your location, right? In either case, it's interesting that this king kind of comes into your world. I also feel like this Knight of Pentacles energy resonates with your king as well, because they're kind of on a very devoted path here, it seems like, right? This energy. Now's the time where I'm going to get some clarifiers for y'all. We're going to go deeper. Don't worry. We're also going to get zodiac cards out later, see what kind of zodiac signs you're dealing with. But let's see a little bit more, because it does feel like this next lover is someone who's kind of on a journey already. They may be new in your area. They may be traveling into your area, right? You may be just meeting them suddenly in your social circle. They may have moved to your town suddenly, or in some kind of way, they've come into your orbit as a course of their own sort of going through life. What else do we have? Seven of Pentacles. A lot of sevens here, right? Seven is the number sort of for wish fulfillment as well as intention, right? In tarot. So Seven of Wands, Knight of Wands, a lot of fire coming in. We do have Temperance here. Like I said, Temperance is the card for Sagittarius in tarot, which is also a fire sign. But it's that ability to sort of find balance, right, through very chaotic times. But this Seven of Wands, Knight of Wands energy, your king has had to really sort of put a lot of effort into maintaining something in their lives, or sort of staying very steadfast, right? They have a real desire. There is a real desire and ambition in them that they have. They're very fiery, right? Not only do they resonate with that Alpha King energy, but they're extremely fiery and determined. Knight is showing up twice, but Seven of Wands indicates that there is a feeling that they've had to really either fight for a particular goal they're trying to achieve, or they feel as though they've had quite a lot of obstacles, right? They've had quite a lot of obstacles that they've had to sort of deal with, right? And battle to a certain degree, right? Seven of Wands is the card for valor and courage. So whatever path this person is on, your next lover, right? It's one that they feel strongly about. It's one that they're very devoted to. They're very ambitious about. They feel very strongly about, and they're very competitive. There's a feeling of a lot of competition around here. I look ahead to this Five of Wands as well here. And with this Tower moment, there's also a Five of Wands coming in, which indicates a lot of competition and sort of having to sort of really stand their own ground and prove their value. Now let's come to this healthy choices. I love this energy for you. Your next lover comes in because the choices that you're making for yourself, right, are healthy, right? You are in balance with self-care and what you want in life, right? And you're doing that intentionally. And I love it when this card shows up in a reading. It's quite rare to show up. It indicates healing, right? Especially in a love reading. It can indicate for you specifically coming to this reading that you're in a place in your life now, very specifically, right, where you are making good decisions for yourself. You're making healthy decisions. And for this card, this energy to appear in the message, it is meant to be sort of over intentional, to sort of say, hey, wow, because this is a big deal, right? You have healed from something. There may have been a time in your life where you didn't make healthy decisions or choices. So this is just not without any value or, significance. This is really significant. You were faced, I think, as a result of this tower moment, we're going to get some more cards. You were faced with a situation where you may have been presented with options, right? Or choices that you've had in your life before that may not have been good choices for you. And this time you made the right choice or the healthy choice as a direct effect or product, or I want to say as a direct impact of that, your king comes in. This is how your king comes into your life. So there's a lot of serendipity here and synchronicity that comes in. There's definitely other people around and other competition. Knight of Wands comes in. Interesting. Yeah. So someone who is really, I will say there's an air of being a little bit exhausted, right? In some way here. For you, this may be, right? Temperance, I think this is why temperance is coming in for your reading as well. It is important for you to self-care and take time out for yourself so you can maintain your own focus and your own stability. Nine of Wands does indicate a little bit of sort of exhaustion here, especially going through this tower moment. The tower moment for you may have involved someone else in your life that you're energetically, emotionally connected to. That in that space may have been draining your energy, and it came to sort of a hilt, right? It boiled over, hence the tower moment. That's, because somewhere in your life there is a feeling of like, oh, I'm so done with this. Can I, you've been trying. And I think as a result, again, going back to this beautiful tower moment, as a result of that, this event, as I say, that happens in your life that just comes out of nowhere. It's through no fault of your own. These are divine interventions generally. You're faced with a situation where you make a really good choice for yourself, and it really immediately opens up the door to your next lover, who's the king, who I do believe is someone who is a powerful, sort of benevolent, working towards their ultimate good. This is someone also who's very devoted, a lot of courage, willing to work for things, has a sense of purpose with that Knight of Wands as well. Wish fulfillment comes in, and Seven of Swords. Do watch out. That Five of Wands, I think, may indeed be tied to whatever connection here has you exhausted. It's competitive. It may be competitive energy when your king comes in for you, and, when you connect and you meet each other. Seven of Cups and Seven of Swords. Yeah, there's a wish fulfillment that comes in for you, and right behind that, there is some sort of deceptive, conniving energy, somebody working behind the scenes to sort of disrupt or destabilize. There's a little bit, and this is the drama I was talking about earlier. There is a little bit of drama here, right? There's a little bit of drama here, and I think that has something to do with you, right? Who is right now maybe in a situation, right? This is your next lover, right? But you may be currently in a situation or at the tail end of a situation. I dare say you're at the, straw that broke the camel's back portion of a situation. That's what it feels like here. And then through that, you kind of are fed up and make a good decision, right? I want to see one more thing. Let's see the connection between you and this king. I want to know a little bit more. What is the connection? Then we're going to get into your spirits of darkness and light, and then we're going to pull out the zodiac cards, see what kind of zodiac signs are coming in. I just want to have one card. King of Swords. Wow. They really come in with stability and honesty. Another king. So your lover who automatically resonates with that king archetype is coming in with more king energy. King of Swords, which is air. You might be dealing with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But this honesty, a sense of, I want to say, structure. A sense of structure and discipline and honesty comes in. This is not someone you have to take care of. I'm not entirely, right now it feels like you've been giving out of, this exhausted energy feels like it's been siphoned from you. Yeah, so that's the connection. Oh, it might feel really, really nice. And it's a wish fulfillment here. Because Spirit says wish fulfillment, because I think you may have indeed been wishing. Listen, sometimes we're all kind of like, look, if I could just get someone or find someone, right? Not so much about getting, because that's like, that you can't get. It's the finding. It's difficult to find people who are authentic, who are strong and dependable, two cards flipped over in their own right without, needing, I don't know. You know what I mean? People who are grown. Spirit of the castle and spirit of the staircase. Yeah, there's a spirit of the castle is interesting. A fortress, imprisonment, right? Can be. Um, wow. Rescue, the desire for a rescue. Spirit of ascension, the long way home, progress. Yeah, it does feel like that. Yeah. This Nine of Wands for you, I feel that's you. Like there's something going on for you right now. And so funny that it manifests in this your next lover reading for you. This is a timeless message. So remember, they are meant to find you, right? When you need them. If you're resonating with this, sound off in the comments and let the collective know. Um, because it's interesting that you come out so strong in this reading here, that it does really feel like something, and especially with that tower, something really significant happens that shakes everything up. And through that, it brings your next lover. Now, they may not be your next lover right away, but the person who ends up being your next lover comes into your life through this scenario. And I think this whole thing happens within the next few weeks. And then there's this beautiful, progress, the long way home, spirit of the staircase, ascension. That's nice. I love that. It is like divine timing, sort of redirecting your path almost to where you should be, right? Out of a situation that is not serving you. All right, so we're going to pull 3 for your zodiac connections in this. Let us see. Sagittarius, there you have it. Temperance with Sagittarius, right? Didn't I say it was air, Libra? And what do we have? Pisces, and there is your water. So our Libra, air showed up. Pisces, Sagittarius showed up to double down. Some of you are absolutely dealing with Sagittarian energy. You may have your own Sagittarius energy. However that resonates for you. If this did resonate for you, let us know. Hit the like button. All of that really, really helps my channel, and I do appreciate it so much. Now, this is the end of pile number 1. If you're ready, let's move on to pile number 2. Pile number 2, who is your next lover? The shaman, the healer. Wow. How do you meet? Through kisses. There's a kiss. A kiss happens. What's the timing? In the near future. And what does Spirit have to say? There is a celebration coming. This is a beautiful, beautiful encounter, meeting of your next lover. Let's get some more energy and get this message closer to a precise message on your next lover, the shaman. I love the idea of kisses being the connection. This is usually like one of those one thing leads to another, or, just the right moment happens and the two of you lean in. And as soon as you have that first kiss, you know that you are about to embark on a journey. 7 of Swords, interesting. 5 of Cups, Ace of Cups. Wow. 8 of Wands, and then the 6 of Wands. Wow, this is a fast moving connection. What do we have at the bottom for you? 3 of Cups. Okay, very, very clear right away. I see it. You're going to meet this person through friends, right? Now, there is a missing of someone, or a sort of sadness, a melancholy here with that 5 of Cups energy. Someone here, either you or your person coming in, is still kind of hurting from a past relationship, maybe missing someone from a past relationship, or they haven't gotten over it, or they're still kind of stuck in that space because they haven't found, or you haven't found, someone new, or someone that kind of lives up, right? So there's this energy here for that, as well as some 7 of Swords energy. We're going to talk about that. But first of all, let's get into your next lover is the shaman. I love this energy. The shaman is the healer. The shaman is someone, this is someone who is very knowledgeable about a lot of sort of A lot of history, a lot of information that is sort of handed down, right? This is someone who will know things that not your average person knows. They know connections, they understand situations, and that's why they're oftentimes sort of looked at as a medicine man or someone who even has magical healing powers, because it almost seems to be like there's only one shaman, right? The shaman always knows what to do, but it's because they have access to a lot of information, a lot of knowledge that's been passed down. So this is an individual who is by nature a healing individual, right? I would dare say some water energy is there. You may even be dealing with somebody who is actually a doctor or a nurse, a counselor, someone who's a healer in their everyday to day life, right? But they also resonate with that archetype, that deep understanding of how to help people, right? And a lot of that comes with knowledge and wisdom that they have accrued and that they seek and search for. So this is a very special type of individual. And they come in with this Seven of Swords, Five of Cups energy. Now, it could very well be them that's been kind of, still stuck in a melancholy phase, Five of Cups energy. But there's that Seven of Swords there. So it feels, listen, I'm going to tell you right now that it does feel as though there is a little bit of futility or a little bit of, I want to say, not really knowing what to do, right? Being hurt. I'm feeling, okay, listen, don't take it the wrong way, but I'm feeling like this person's got almost science nerd vibes, right? They might be just this type of person. It just feels like whatever they do doesn't work, right? And that's how they've been feeling. They've been hurt in the past. That feeling comes across. Let me get some more clarity because I need to know. Again, it feels like this person feels like they put a lot into their profession. If absolutely their profession is part of their healing abilities and talent. Absolutely, this person is a healer by trade, right? This is what they do with their life. And they are very sensitive, and yet they are a bit fumbly, I would say, when it comes to romance, right? Queen of Cups is there, and Three of Cups again. This is interesting. So, yeah, it does feel like they don't have a whole lot of experience. It feels like they're very sort of oftentimes strike out when it comes to attracting, dating, getting with others. There is a Queen of Cups here. This person also has someone in their life that has some really strong, nurturing feminine energy that really supports them, right? This could be a friend or even a family member, right? That really helps them and supports them a lot, and leads them through a lot of their sensitivity. This person feels very sensitive. I'm going to be honest with you. Your next lover feels very sensitive, but there is a romantic and deep side to that. Now, Three of Cups at the bottom of the deck, and again here. You are absolutely going to be meeting this person through a celebration that you have with friends. There's no doubt about it, right? And it feels very much like one of these scenarios where it's like you meet and boom, Ace of Cups is here, like immediate love, like immediate attraction, immediately like, oh my God, butterflies in your stomach. This is almost a love at first sight scenario, right? It almost feels like that. And it feels very much like this comes about, could be orchestrated. Somebody behind the scenes, Queen of Cups, may have, they may know you and may know this person and know that the two of you are a perfect match. And they're playing matchmaker. Let's get another card to see the connection. You know what I mean? But it doesn't matter, right? Doesn't matter how it happens. If somebody is behind the scenes a little bit pulling the strings, this could also be this energy here. See, Seven of Swords. Before I move on, let me just quickly say there may indeed be matchmaker behind the scenes energy, because that Seven of Swords is also people who are like working in the night, but it's generally shadow. You're generally dealing with, thieves in the night and people, a darker energy. But it could as well be just a touch of it, a touch of sort of deception, only to sort of get you and this individual at the same location. And in that case, listen, does the end justify the means? I would say so. If it's the Ace of Cups, if it's a love connection, a soulmate connection, what's the connection here between the two of you? But I do feel like this is a very special. What flipped? Yeah, 10 of Cups. That's the one that flipped. I'm going to keep it. 10 of Cups, right? So this is destined. This is a destined next lover type of scenario, right? It comes through your friend, someone may or may not be playing matchmaker behind the scenes. Nevertheless, the two of you come together. When you meet, it is very, very immediate. 8 of Wands, 6 of Swords. That's how fast it happens. 8 of Wands is actually Mercury in Sagittarius. So that's very fast communications, emotions. It's like having all the feelings all at once. And right behind it, 6 of Wands, victory. So this is you meeting your next lover. I see you at a party. I see the two of you kind of locking eyes or meeting each other and immediately talking, immediately having a conversation, immediately being drawn to each other, sort of immediately not wanting to be away from each other, like a really divinely kind of led moment. And at some point, the kiss is going to happen. I don't know that it'll happen that night at that party, right? But it might. This is one of these very fast moving scenarios that is like almost like a movie. One of those movies. What can I say? That does happen. It does happen. What does Spirit say? Spirit mentions a celebration as well. There is festivities around you. There is a lot of love around you. I do believe that the both of you know each other, or you have friends that have in common or something like that, right? And it just feels like it happens. It just happens the way it's supposed to happen. I really love this. Let me pull one more card. I'm going to pull one more card for that timing in the near future and that celebration. Let us see what that 10 of Cups comes in, because all the connection here is longevity, long lasting, the potential for, the relationship, that is enduring, right? That has all that is complete, that represents a cycle, a real distinct cycle, chapter or phase, path, stage in your life, right? That lasts, that is full of happiness. It's completion. It's like, boom, I met the man, and a man or a woman that I needed. 7 of Wands comes in. Wow. Pushing ahead, valor. It also is the card for courage, right? The card for courage. Again, it does feels like there's been maybe a feeling of pessimism towards love, towards, the prospect of love coming in or a connection being made. This kind of speaks to why there may be other people who care for you and love for you. 3 of Cups are people who care for you, your family, your friends who love you, who may have played a bit of a part. They, active sort of part, right, in getting you in the right environment to meet this right person. Nevertheless, in either case, whether it is intentional or not, it happens through that, and it also happens through some courage. So for those of you who are also resonating with that kind of melancholy feeling, maybe you haven't gotten over that last love, or you're still kind of hurting about a relationship in the past, and you haven't really been willing to go out and do things and meet other people like that, being active, fighting those doubts and showing courage may be the way to go, because in the near future, you're about to meet somebody extremely special. Spirit of the snowflake and spirit of the giraffe. I love that, because the snowflake is one of a kind, special, and irreplaceable. This is absolutely a one of a kind meeting. Yes. It just happens so fast and right away. Spirit of the giraffe is foresight, advantage, perception. Yeah, having a little foresight, maybe some optimistic foresight. Yeah, absolutely. Let's go ahead and pull out your zodiacs. Let's see about the zodiac energy for this in terms of your individual. I love the victory here, right? The victory is that you overcome your fears and for sure you move on. Six of Wands is beautiful, very public. People are going to know about it. Everybody's going to know you're the perfect match. Gemini energy, Leo energy, and Libra, two air and a fire. And that kind of goes with that sort of Six of Wands energy, very front and center energy, people paying attention. So some of you may be Leo resonating with that Leo energy. Your shaman may be Leo, but there is a victory at the end of all of this in terms of you coming out from under you or your shaman or both of you coming out from that, pain of the past and just like you meet somebody here that is meant to be. It's just a really beautiful kind of love story. This is your next lover pile number 2. Thank you so much. I hope it resonated for you. If it did, if you're in this situation or this is already kind of happening for you, can you sound off in the comments and let us all know about it? This is definitely a true sort of love story, romantic love story blossoming, right? Hit the like button if you enjoy my videos. That really helps me a lot. YouTube loves it. I love it. So I really appreciate that. But for right now, I'm just going to say thank you for watching and let's get ready to begin with pile number 3. Pile number 3, your next lover is the Pilgrim. Wow, the Wanderer. How do they come into your life? Through a love call, they reach out to you. So you may already know this person, right? There's a connection here. What's the timing? Within the next few months. Wow. And what does Spirit have to say about it? Intuition. Follow your intuition. This is an interesting spread. I dare say this may indeed be about somebody who is already in your life, reaches out to you. Pilgrim energy here. Yeah, this is someone who is a seeker, a wanderer, someone who has an immense amount of curiosity. They may have even been traveling, right? So let's get some more energy coming in. 3 of Swords. Wow. 8 of Cups. Ooh. Trust your intuition is right. 10 of Wands comes in. 4 of Pentacles. Watch your money. And the Magician. Interesting. Your next lover. 3 of Cups energy. 8 of Cups. 10 of Wands. 5 of Cups energy. Wow. This is an interesting one because this really feels like someone from your past coming back. Absolutely someone from your past coming back. So 5 of Cups is, let's start there at the bottom of the deck, that melancholy, missing someone, still sort of, thinking about the past, not really being able to sort of move past it, move forward, or think about the future. It is a sadness and a grief and a mourning of something that is over, or certainly something that is now in the past, right? So let's get right into it because you have 3 of Swords. It's some betrayal here. Let's talk about it. This Pilgrim, who is this person? This is a wanderer, somebody who is a seeker generally of knowledge, always on sort of the mission, always on a mission, right? Always on a sort of journey, an adventure, or some kind of path that leads them to something that they are seeking or desiring to know. The Pilgrim, oftentimes what they want to know, it's not something frivolous. This is someone who generally is seeking knowledge or deeper knowledge, experience, right? Or they could be seeking a truth of some kind, a connection of some kind. Whatever it is, this is the type of person who is willing to travel and go down different paths in life to find what they want, right? So this is inherently someone who travels, who moves around, who moves away. Interesting that 3 of Swords and 8 of Cups comes in. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. This message kind of knocked me, off guard a little bit because it feels very much like this next lover in your particular love life, pile number 3, is someone that you've already had a connection with, And it wasn't, you know, it went sideways, right? There was some deception or betrayal there, right? There is history here of pain, of heartache. Three of Swords. Eight of Cups is a walking away, right? A feeling of a walking away energy. You know, it almost feels to me, I'm going to get some more cards, of course. It almost feels to me, pile number 3, that your person coming in for you may have been somebody who hurt you or walked out on you, right, in the past, or walked away, or someone you had to walk away from as a result of some unhappy energy, some deception, some betrayal. You know, there was a hurt here and a split, right? Now, but I want to know a little bit more, because it may be that as them being the Pilgrim, them walking away. Wow. All right. 3 of Swords over 3 of Swords. Okay. All right. So Spirit wants us to know that this is definitely about betrayal. Okay. So there's no, you know, there's no doubt about it, right? Let me get one more. And a 4 of Cups. So deciding you don't want it anymore, pouring it out, not willing to go there. Yeah, this person absolutely was the cause of a heartache in the past. Something went on, right? They may have, they hurt you in some kind of way. But the 8 of Cups is there. And this is interesting to me. It feels almost like this 8 of Cups does not feel like it had anything to do with this stage that the two of you were at, this sort of heartache energy. This feels like the two of you are connected by a mutual event that involved third-party energy, betrayal, deception, you know, absolutely a broken heart, right? That involved a denial of love from someone or the other, a rejection, if you will. But this 8 of Cups feels like this is something that's happened to your Pilgrim recently. They were recently walked out on, I believe. They may have recently been walked out on. There's a feeling of karma here. I'm gonna be really honest with you. There is a feeling of karma sort of playing out here, in as much as it almost feels as your Pilgrim may have been part of a very difficult, toxic, clearly situation with you in the past. And it's almost as I have an absolute feeling here that that your Pilgrim has recently almost experienced exactly the same thing that you did. So for instance, if they walked out on you, whoever they walked out on you for has now walked out on them, right? Whatever way they treated you or were this sort of instigator of any of this pain in this last situation has now happened to them. And as a result, what do we have? This energy comes in. Before we talk about that, I want to talk about this 10 of Wands. Almost this kind of feeling here of them sort of being at the end of their rope, exhausted, right? They can't take it anymore. 10 of Wands is completion and ending, but it's also the ending of a really long, arduous path. Exhausting. Let me get some more cards. You know what? And why are they your next lover? That's what I want to know. And this is kind of what's throwing me in a way. It feels almost as though they come in. They come in and they want to be your lover again. They want to be your lover, or they want to be your lover again. Now, they may not, for some of you, they may indeed, listen, for some of you, they may not be the exact person who hurt you in the past, right? Spirit is saying to me, they may not be the ones who were actually the cause of this pain. They may also have been collateral damage, right, of a situation where you were hurt and they were hurt, but neither of you hurt each other. It was messy. There were a lot of people involved. That's how I feel, you know, a lot of energy involved. Let's get some more clarifiers. And so it could very well be that this is, you are all kind of connected in another way, right? And yet this does feel like the fallout of the same thing. It feels like the fallout of the same event, or the fallout of the same chapter in your lives. What comes? Four of Swords. Interesting. You're trying to decide how to make the next step. A wish fulfillment comes in. Knight of Wands, ambition, moving forward. Yeah, for some of you, this person who's coming into your life, this pilgrim, is somehow connected to you. Because the reason why, let's move on to how. How do they come in with a love call? So they reach out. They reach out to you to let you know how they feel about you, right? So this is not someone who comes in new to your life, right? That you're meeting. They're expressing love for you, reaching out to you. Pilgrim energy. It really feels to me like there is that energy of like they have to tell you something, they have to reach out to you, they have to share with you what's happened. There is a karmic event that happens here, right? They take their time. Four of Swords, this new lover for you, pile 3, is really wounded, and they take their time here with these, before they decide to make this call, because they really want to know what they're going to say to you. You know what I mean? So there's a real feeling here, uh, that this is heavy, this is important, but there is star. Star is hope. So there's a lot of hope here. They hope that you meet them, that you receive them. Now, for some of you, I'm just going to be honest. For some of you, this is somebody definitely trying to come in who you need to be careful around. Four of Pentacles and a Magician, right? Be careful with what you have, your security, your finances, what you have around you. There is an energy. Four of Pentacles is interesting. That is a feeling of wanting to protect, right? It's a protectionist energy of wanting to stabilize and protect what you have. Let me see. I want to get another card for the connection here between the Pilgrim and you with that love call, because what was it? Nine of Cups flips over. Happiness and wish, desire, wish fulfillment, happiness comes in. That's the connection. Yeah, there is a love. One more. Give me one more. Oh. And starting again. Yeah. A wish fulfillment and starting again. Starting from scratch. To get that Page of Pentacles is all about starting from scratch. Building, right? Putting the bricks down to build a connection, to build a future in the real life. Another chance, maybe even. A wish fulfillment is definitely there. Now, for some of you, as I say, this is absolutely part of a past situation that was hurtful, that was painful, right? This person is definitely connected to it somehow, some way, but there is a wish fulfillment here, and there is a feeling to resolve things. And there is a strong feeling here that this person wants to express something to you that they feel compelled to express, either in the form of a confession or an apology. Either a confession or apology is the energy I feel here, in the shape of a love call. Now, Spirit does say trust your intuition here. Trust your intuition with this one. Trust your gut, right? You've been around this block here with this individual. And, angels say this is within the next few months coming to a head. So the energies are already brewing now in the air. If you pay attention to your omens and your signs and your angel numbers. Be intentional in the moment. You may hear certain songs or see certain numbers or see certain symbols that are important to you, that have meaning for you. And when you see that, that will be your moment to pay attention to what's going on. Trust your intuition. The Magician is there also because, listen, you have everything you need. Right? You already have everything you need to deal with this situation, as long as Spirit says you trust your intuition and you trust yourself and your own abilities, right? You have your own sense of confidence, and you work from a position of that confidence and knowledge and knowing. that you are in charge. The magician is always in charge and not reactive. The magician controls their sort of experience and their destiny and their fate. But this is a dramatic sort of turnaround for somebody. You may have been waiting. This may be, for some of you, it feels like this is the call you've been waiting for because you knew it was going to happen. For some of you, it's that apology you've been waiting for, right? For some of you, it's that confession you've been waiting for. And you may indeed, hey, this person may indeed become your next lover. Yeah, however it applies to you. Listen, if you resonate with this one, let us know in the comments for the collective. I'm still going to pull your spirits of darkness and light and your zodiac signs to see what kind of zodiac energies you guys are dealing with. Very rare for Three of Swords to come out twice in a reading. So one is Spirit of the Witch. You see what I'm saying? You know, that, listen. And Spirit of the Cross. You can't, Spirit of the Witch. Magic and sorcery is at play. Make sure you are keeping your energy your energy attuned and clean and, light, right? Protective around you. Trust your intuition. Trust your magical energy, as well as Spirit of the Cross, a burden, a hardship, a lesson. Yes, it does feel like this person they are compelled to unburden themselves because it has been a burden, and whatever's happened in their life recently has been a real sort of karmic wake up, right? If this is you, let me know. I'm so curious because I'm curious what you decide to do as well within the next few months. And check out some of my other readings if you resonate. We'll see. Maybe we can narrow it down exactly. All right. What else do we have? Pisces. Some of you dealing with that Pisces. Some of you are dealing with that Taurus. And some of you are dealing with that Aquarius. Or you may have that energy in your natal chart, Pisces, Taurus, Aquarius, and that is it. If you enjoyed my readings, go ahead and hit the like button. YouTube loves that. I love that. It really helps my channel out a lot. Leave a comment and let us know if you claim this reading, if you're resonating with this, and if you intend to stick with your intuition and your own protection. Remember, to protect what you have is yours. Somebody is coming in for that confession or that apology. I'm telling you that. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. This is the end of pile number 3, end of this pick a card episode for the series Your Next Lover, Who, When, and How. I do hope it resonated for you. But for right now, I will just say I thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like or hit the subscription button so you can get notified of the next upload. I wish you love, life, and happiness, and hope to see you all right back here again on my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Bye-bye, everyone.